Okay, welcome to Viola here in Malaga. You are going to play tonight at the Rock the Coast Festival. We want to give you a welcome here. Thanks for this interview for Metal Journal. Okay?
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Okay, first of all, what was the spark that made you reunite again as Conception? Who was the first one to contact the others? Who was the first one who had the idea, okay, let's going to play a game together as Conception?
I think I'm guilty as charged.
We never really broke up. We always stayed in contact, and it was in the cards that sooner or later it's going to happen. And then I had a few songs written that started to feel like something like Conception. So tested a little bit with Arvo, the drummer first. Just me and him in the rehearsal room. We had a few jams, and then I played some tracks with Roy. Hotel in Oslo, and then he felt the same, and same with Ingar. So all of a sudden, the ball was rolling.
Okay. The first thing, why did you decide to release last year first a single, later an EP? Why didn't you decide to record a whole record just at the beginning? It was something like to test the people?
No, not really to test the people, but we wanted to take things step by step. It's been quite a while since we did this both together and in different projects. But we just felt it was smart to start slowly and also because of our families and this whole thing is quite, the way we work with music is very we have a pretty high standard for how we want to do things, so we know that it's quite demanding, and that's why we wanted to take it a little bit slow to begin with.
Because there are bands that say that people are not interested in records anymore. They are more into iTunes, singles, something like that.
Oh no, it's got nothing to do with that.
For us, it's the creative process is very important and also very rewarding. So we had a blast writing this material, and that's part of the kick for us. But it's important for us to do things step by step in our own pace. That's also why we take charge, and we don't want record companies to pressure us or anything like that. It's important for us to do it the way we feel, in the tempo we feel.
So after the two first steps are done, the single and EP, the third one will be an album?
Yes, so now we can just announce that there's going to be an album. So we just started this crowdfunding campaign, because again we don't want labels, we really love to do this with our fans. Work perfectly with the EP, and that's the path we want to go on, move on to. So yes, there's going to be an album.
Will you take any of the EP songs for the new album, or they will be completely new all of them?
We have a lot of new material, so we're going to start, record, and move on, and then we'll see what's going to end up on the album.
So if everything's going okay, when could we expect the new album? Maybe next year, or?
Next year, yeah. I'd assume springtime next year. Maybe March, winter, late winter, early spring.
Do you have a working title, or?
No.
And do you have do you know clearly what songs will be included there in the new album, or?
Well, like Tor said, we have some songs written, and I'm pretty sure most of the songs on this album are going to be brand new. But there could be songs that we'd like to do something extra with and put them on the album from the EP or the single.
It's also about the whole composition of the album, and we have quite a lot of material written already. So we have all options to do things, but we don't want to make decisions until we see what we got and how things fit together when we have the end results.
With the crowdfunding campaign, do you think you have the total control of the artistic total control of your music and all the professional steps you're going to give?
That's the whole idea. I mean, it's really important for us to have full control over our art. And but of course, doing it ourselves doesn't mean that we're literally doing every aspect of this ourselves. We have professional people in all links to overview each little aspect of the process. So, good team.
Yeah. So, for example, instead of having a record company, we have employed a person who's got good experience from record companies. But when it comes to production, then we do everything ourselves, like producing. It's also being in control of the creative, makes it all terms.
Okay. At the end of April, you played your first show after a lot of time together. It was in your hometown, I reckon. What do you feel? What do you feel being together back again after so many years? What did you feel when you saw each other on the stage, sharing the thing?
It was great, but in the beginning, like the first 4 or 5 songs, I think both me and Tor had the same experience. It was more than anything, it was weird, It was just really strange. I almost had this feeling of like hanging under the ceiling, watching myself walking on stage because it had been so many years since last time. So, but it didn't take long before we felt like, okay, this is right,
It was a little strange to get on the stage for the first time. For me, it was even longer. I think I haven't been on a real stage for 13 years. And I thought I was kind of calm and collected whilst walking on stage, but as soon as we hit off the adrenaline rush like crazy, it was extremely high. And then I needed a few songs to get back on earth and catch my breath. But then after that, it's been really nice. That was nice too, a little more settled. It's a great experience.
How many shows have you played since the last month?
We only played 3 shows so far.
So tonight the 4th one?
Sorry?
Yeah, the 4th one tonight.
Yeah.
Alright. And you have another festival in Norway?
Yeah. Tons of rock at the end of June.
Okay. And personally, how is your relationship right now that you are more mature, at least 20 years more mature? How is your personal connection right now in comparison with the 90s?
Of course, we all have families. Like the whole our situation is different, from what it was when we were, completely free to do whatever we wanted. So we have to take certain precautions as to making sure things are in line with our personal lives. But as Stuart said, we've had this friendship going since back in the day, and it's nothing weird about being back together because we've kept in touch and even played, now and then. Just jumped into the rehearsal room and played some songs, when we met, and now and then. So it's more than anything, it's just great to be back together, writing songs and making new music again. It's really cool.
Okay. We look back a little bit to the 90s when all the records came out in the 90s. Was a difficult time for your kind of music back then? The 90s was a different time for all kinds of metal.
And of course, with the grunge taking over the metal scene quite a bit. It was the time we were doing our own thing. For us, it was never an idea to follow any trends. For us, it was important to stay true to what we do and develop how we want to develop. It's hard to say because I can't compare 90s to the 80s because we weren't really out playing in the 80s. We just had to deal with the time we had.
because after your last record, it was at the end of the 90s when the metal here in Europe began to grow a little bit, and it was just when you stopped playing.
Yeah. No, from what I understand, it was not the best time for metal music, and especially not melodic metal music.
Furthermore, Norway in the 90s were really famous about the black metal scenes with all the murders, burned churches, burned churches and everything.
Yeah.
How did you see it? It was difficult for you to be around the black metal scene back then?
Well, we weren't really part of that scene. Of course, we were asked a lot, so when we went out to do our interviews, like now, for example, we always had a lot of questions. What's going on in Norway? And what's going on with all these church fires, murders? I think at the time there was like a small group of, I would call them extremists, and it was for them much more about that than the music itself. Then of course the black metal has developed to be a real genre with great bands and great musicians, and then it's just for the art. But it was a very weird thing back then, so we had no contact. I do remember once we came to Oslo, and I think we had like these colorful shirts, big hair, and then we go to this rock bar, and we thought, yeah, it's gonna be nice, and we're coming in all happy, and then all of a sudden we look around, and have all these guys dressed in black just sitting on the beer like this. No smile, no nothing, and spikes like this, like go between them. Like, don't really feel like we fit very well into this environment.
Okay. Some question for you, Roy. Do you have any contact right now with the Camelot guys? I don't know if you know that the current singer played here yesterday, and they are going to play in another festival here in Spain. Do you have contact with them?
Yeah, I talked to Tommy yesterday, and I just had a nice chat with him in the lobby. And I also talked an hour and a half, actually, or something like that, with Thomas a couple of days ago. So we have still have contact, yeah, definitely. We still have, we still own, certain records from our back catalog together, and we have to relate to each other anyway, business-wise, to some extent. And but we're good friends, and there's a good tone between us, and everything's cool.
Have you listened to their records without it?
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. And there are a lot of things running on the internet. What you have really done since you left Camelot 8 years ago?
What I've done?
What have you done?
I've been working regular jobs and trying to live a quote unquote normal life. But after 4 or 5 years, I started feeling, wouldn't mind getting back to music somehow. But it wasn't until touring our vacation with these new songs that something sparked off and ended, resulted with this.
I don't know if this is right. I have read that you have been related to some church choir.
Yeah. Well, not church choir. I was working at a church. Yeah. Basically being responsible for the youth club. And also, arranging concerts and a skateboard festival, stuff like that, which is somewhat related to what I've been doing in the past.
Okay. And sorry, lots of people expected more albums from Mark. And what really happened with the band, and what's their current relationship with Jörn?
I'm in contact with Jörn. I see him once in a while, not too often, because we live in different places, but I have a good relationship to him. But art was just too difficult to continue with. I loved it from the creative aspect, and I'm really proud of what we did, but I'm also very glad that that's a closed chapter.
the second album, you worked with Randy Cohen and Matt Solalson, both passed away. What do you remember of them?
Sorry?
What do you remember of them?
They're great musicians. I didn't know them too well because we only knew each other in this work relation, either when we were doing the studio or rehearsing or being on the road. But excellent musicians, work people, and they're really sad that they had to leave so early.
And Ingar is going to combine Conception with his other band, Rest of Darkness. Going to combine both bands, or?
Yeah, he is still doing that. Yeah, so speaking of black metal, that's his thing.
This is the connection.
Yeah.
All right. Last week, Andre Matos from the Brazilian band Shaman First Angra died after heart attack. Did you know him? I don't know if you shared some stage with him when you were in Conception or Camelot or...
Well, the Angra came on the scene, you know, about the same time as you know, when we were doing Conception back then. And I also had I met Andre, you know, a few times in Wolfsburg in connection with Camelot. They used the same producers. Super nice guy, and I was just really shocked, you know, by the news of his death. Just really sad. I mean, that's really way too early to pass away. And feel sorry about his family and everybody.
These early deaths always reminds one to live now.
Yeah, of course. And if we look into the future, if everything is going to be okay, it's going to be okay when you have the new record next year. The plan is to tour or touring or festivals next year, summer. So
well, we do things step by step. So now we focus on the album, but surely we're going to get out and play. So we'll get to that later.
I just know what kind of music do you listen right now? What kind of music?
What kind of music we listen to?
Yeah. Nowadays.
I'm pretty much, you know, into whatever. You know, there's good music and good songs in pretty much every genre, and I couldn't really pick out one artist or one genre that I be listening to right now. Just a lot of good music.
Last things I've been listening to is the new Rammstein album, which I think is really good. And the last thing coming down here, flying down, I was listening to Shostakovich's 10th Symphony, which in all kind of genres there's great music and great inspiration. There's also a mix of everything.
And does it finish anything we haven't talked about that we want to mention? Any other project or anything we haven't talked about you want to mention?
Well, we'll encourage all our fans to take part of this journey and be part of this crowdfunding campaign. Be with us in all this.
Like you said in the beginning, you know, these times are really totally different from what they were, and for a band like us and the way we're doing it, it's really important that you know, our fans that want us to bring our you know, out there, that they support us, and that's why we launched this campaign now, so people can take part in you know, bringing our music out there. So just, you know, really hope that people will join in.
Okay, thank you so much for the interview. We'll see you tonight at the Castle Rock the Coast Festival. Good occasion to see Conception back again on the stage. So thank you very much for the interview and all the best for the upcoming record and all the projects.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.